to show you my favorite mp3 player and portable radio. It is SanDisk Clip Plus. It's probably about 10-11 years old. They were introduced in 2009 as a competition for iPods at that time. A very small mp3 player. You can see it fits easy in a hand. It's probably less than 5 centimeters across diameter here. It's also quite thin. What I like about this one is that it has all the features that I need. Let's have a look at it. Here is a power button. Short press will activate. Another thing that I think is great about it, it has a really bright, nice, animated OLED screen. Very easy to see, much better than any LCD screens. So that's the power button. Here in front you have home button that takes you to the main menu, and then there is 5 buttons arranged here in this circular way. There is a confirm select in the middle, up or play, top, stop or down at the bottom, and then next previous song, clip, or whatever you choose in the menu item. Here there is a volume control up and down. You can see a charging point, mini USB, and here you can see SD slot. A microSD slot is SDHC micro SD cards. It is also doubled with something that's called slot radio or slot music that was introduced at that time by Sansa. Something that's completely obsolete today, 2023. They try to introduce competition to iTunes by introducing this slot radio thing, and obviously a 3.5 millimeter port for headphones. Clip, despite so many years, it still works very well. No issues here. So once again, very nice screen. Let's go quickly through the menu just to see what's going on there and what settings do you have. Music options, you can obviously do the usual repeat, shuffle, all sorts of music equalization. The nice thing is you can also do a custom settings, which allows you to go through 5 frequencies. Other options are normal, rock, pop, jazz, classical, funk, hip hop, dance, full bass, full treble, and custom if you're already wider. Then we have replay gain, something that is built into some mp3 files. So this will sort of like make sure that the music is played at the same volume across the whole playlist. And that's the music options. Audiobook options, just 2 settings. You can activate chapter mode, or you can adjust speed of your audiobook play. And then radio options, again quite simple. You can choose FM region between USA and world, and FM mode stereo mono. System settings, the brightness of the screen, power saver. So after how many minutes a player will switch off, up to 120 minutes can be set. Sleep options. You can choose language. Set the date and time, mainly for the recording purposes, and skin brightness. Again, volume between high and normal. Reset to factory settings and info. This is 8 gigabyte version. You can see some statistics, how many songs is there. You can see battery status and check status of your microSD card. Right. Then the next setting is, then the next item in the main menu is music. So that controls your files that are downloaded to the player, and different ways of playing the music that is stored on the player. So you can basically play all. You can play previous, whatever was chosen before. You can play recently added. If you unplug the Sansa from the PC, it does recognize what changes were made, and it will allow you to play whatever was added there during this session. You can choose artists that you want to play. You can choose albums you want to play as stored in the mp3 tag. You can select individual songs and look for individual songs. You can select genres. You can rate your music and then play those top rated. Obviously, the songs can be arranged into custom playlists. There are some podcasts, and you can play audiobooks. If this is in audiobook folder or podcast folder, and then you can play your own recordings, because this will allow you to record. It does have mic, so it does record voice, sound basically. You can also record radio, and then folders. That's what I use most frequently. I just choose the folder I want to play. I'm not very keen on playlists or mp3 tags. So that's how you choose and control your music. And this is slot radio. This is obsolete format at the moment, but that's how SanDisk tried to compete with Apple and iTunes at the time. They basically created some microSD cards that had preloaded music on them. 1,000 songs were on the microSD. You put this special microSD in here, and then it would work like a radio. So basically, it allowed you only to skip to the next song. It didn't allow you to copy it. It didn't allow you to download it or create any playlist. It was an interesting idea, but it never caught up. The cost of the individual microSD card was $50 at that time, so 10 years ago, $50 for 1,000 songs. It would be interesting to actually have it right now, because it would be probably quite nice, a quite nice selection of music. And this is FM radio. It's a very simple FM player. So you basically seek by pressing these two buttons forward and back, and so like move between the frequencies, and then play, or you can mute radio by pressing stop. The sensitivity isn't great. It is using the headphone wire basically as an antenna. So by adjusting your headphone wire, you can get a little bit better reception, but it's not the best reception. But it's usable. It's definitely usable on the go. But I really like it. And then you have voice, which allows you to record music. So it is recording right now, and then we reject this. So that's how you record. You can listen to recording. You can delete it. Basically, we haven't stored it, so that's that. It's not that. I think it's useful. It's useful. So a little bit fiddly to go into menu and then start recording by selecting several buttons here before it can be activated. And that's it. Very nice, very useful. I like especially sort of like the OLED display. It's really easy to read in the dark. I like how portable it is. I like the small size. It is much smaller than any smartphones. So and very light. Battery, I'm not sure how much battery this is. It's left after all those years in this mp3 player. It's probably not more than 2-3 hours. Initially, they were advertisers being able to play between 15 and 18 hours. So the battery obviously is much worse after all the years, but it's more than enough for my other activities. Yeah, that's how it works. It also doesn't require you to push for ages to switch it off. Basically, a couple of seconds is all that is required. A very nice, very good mp3 player. My favorite. I'm definitely not partying with it, and definitely it's not going to be replaced by anything more modern. Okay, a small supplement to the, because I didn't show how to record a station, radio station, so we need to go to the radio station. Okay, we go to the radio, FM radio, here we go, and then we go into the radio, and then if we press this one here, and this will show us options that we have. We can add preset, so this station is added to our preset now. We have auto presets, so you can basically show us, you get basically the strongest stations will be saved. We can view presets. Actually, some presets already there, as you can see. And here is recording. So here you can record a radio station, the sound from the radio station. And you have options: record now. It will start recording. Then you can play recordings, and you can delete recordings. It's empty at the moment, so there's nothing to delete. And that's the FM radio beneath. I thought it would be useful also to show this.